Hello YouTubers and welcome to my DVD review of Doctor Who, The Two Doctors, starring Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor. Now, as we can see on this DVD cover, it was released more early on in the DVD line. We have the BBC logo on the right as opposed to the left where it usually is, regardless of which one it is, whether it's the normal one or the purple one. On the cover itself, we have Colin Baker here, as you can make out, and we have Patrick Troughton here, and they are the two doctors that feature in this story. Doesn't actually show them in great detail. It just shows like little sort of image of them, so you can make out that it's them, but they're not actually there. It's a bit of a weird thing, I think, on this cover, but you can actually see the Sontaran, which I think's good. One of the Sontarans in this story. There's two Sontarans, so we have two doctors and two Sontarans. You also have this place here, which was like one of the main settings for this story. And believe it or not, but this story was filmed in Spain. Yeah. So imagine what it was like for the actors inside the Sontaran suits. They must have been wet through, boiling. It's a 2-disc set, PG, and we'll just have a look at the side. It's more orange on the side. There's no To Entertain logo again. It's just a plain orange space. So the whole spine really, apart from that bit obviously, is all orange. And the back is the same, like around here, it's all orange as well. And here you have all the different images from the 3 episodes. This story was written by Robert Holmes. It was one of his last stories before he passed away. I'll go through the plot quickly. Whilst investigating unauthorized experiments into time travel aboard the space station Camera, the second Doctor and Jamie come under attack from the warlike Sontarans. Elsewhere, the Sixth Doctor and Perry also decided to pay a visit to Camera. They find the station abandoned, but discover Jamie, half crazed, hiding in the ducting, and he tells them that the Doctor has been murdered. The special features for this DVD 2-disc set include commentary by Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, Fraser Hines, Jacqueline Pearce and Peter Moffat. A fix with the Sontarans from the 1985 edition of Jim'll Fix It. Yeah, this DVD came out before all the scandal took place. It featured Colin Baker and Janet Fielding. If this DVD was ever re-released, I don't think they'd release that as a special feature due to what Jimmy did, but I'm not going to talk about that. This is a DVD review. I don't want to bring all that into my videos. Behind the sofa, Robert Holmes and Doctor Who, a special 45-minute documentary looking at this popular writer. Beneath the Lights, a 25-minute look at the studio recording of the two Doctors. Beneath the Sun, a 35-minute featurette focusing on the two Doctors' Spanish location filming. Adventures in Time and Space. Production manager Gary Downey offers his insight into the making of this story. Wavelength, half-an-hour Radio 4 Schools programme which goes behind the scenes of the two Doctors. A music-only option allows viewer to hear Peter Howell's score on an isolated music track, and the rest are usual, including production subs, photo gallery and a digitally remastered picture and sound quality. The The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 16th of February and the 2nd of March 1985. It is a 3-part story, all 45 minutes each for each episode. The story was produced by John Nathan Turner. He produced all the stories during the 80s era. Directed by Peter Moffat. Incidental music composed by Peter Howell. And the cover for this particular DVD is by Clayton Hickman. This DVD was released in 2003, so it's quite early on, like I said. It's a PG, general viewing, but some scenes may be unsuitable for young children. Quite right too, it's quite violent. And the running time is 133 minutes approx. Sorry if I made the camera wobble there for a sec, my fault. So because it's early, we don't have any sort of images on the discs. It's just reflective, which I don't really mind, to be honest. It's alright. If it was re-released, then we would have an image. But I'd guess that if there was images, first disc would probably have Colin Baker, Patrick Troughton. Second disc, probably like the Sontaran. That's my guess anyway. If they had pictures on them. And there's all the notes, what you usually find in the DVDs. Now onto the story itself. I don't mind this story. I think it's an alright story. Not my favourite multi-Doctor story by any means. It's probably my least favourite. Now I know a lot of people like this as a multi-Doctor story, and I don't mind it. It's alright. Not terrible or anything like that. It's not bad. But personally I prefer the 3 Doctors and the 5 Doctors, and my overall favourite one, like multi-Doctor one, probably be the Day of the Doctor, because I feel in this story it feels like there's a lot of things going on at once, and was Spain really needed to be the location of this story? It's just quite baffling how they chose it as the location for filming these episodes. And I believe in season 23 they were going to go to Singapore as well, which would have been even more ridiculous. But yeah, there's too many things that I think are going on in this story. There's too many subplots, and you get that a lot throughout the 1980s stories of Doctor Who, in my opinion, but you get that quite a few times nowadays as well. So I'd say if you're a Colin Baker fan, and if you like Patrick Troughton, then I'd pick this up. And if you like Sontarans, then I'd pick this up as well. Although this isn't the Sontarans' best story. In my opinion, the best Sontaran story out of them all so far is The Time Warrior, which is their actual first appearance back in 1973. So if you're looking for a Sontaran story and you haven't got that, then I would pick up The Time Warrior, or maybe The Sontaran Experiment, but definitely The Time Warrior. This one I would wait for a while, and I say that through personal experience, because this is the last Sontaran story from the classic series that I got, because all the others I had. So I'd wait a while, because Sontaran's a bit underused, and I don't know really. I just feel there's some characters in it that I don't really like. So maybe hang on for a bit, but it's not a bad story. There's some good moments, some memorable moments, and it's one of the better Colin Baker stories, seeing as he had a fair share of bad stories. So, yeah, it's up to you really to decide whether you want it or not. I hope you found this review informative, and I hope it helps you decide to get this if you haven't got it already. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I appreciate it, and until next time, cheerio.